Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. Just a couple of items today, but before we get to them, I have to issue a correction. I made a mistake yesterday in a video in which I talked about a Georgia delegation going to Maricopa County, Arizona to observe their ballot audit, the process that's going on there, with a view to doing the same thing in Georgia. I misidentified somebody. I said it was very interesting that Vernon Jones was going, that Vernon Jones was leading the delegation, that it was actually his idea that he's running for governor. Everybody should vote for him because he's promising to make sure that there is an audit in Georgia if he wins in 2022. The only problem is I got the wrong Jones. It turns out there's another Jones, Burt Jones. Burt Jones is the one who is leading the delegation to Maricopa County. I got the two mixed up. It was not Vernon Jones. It was Burt Jones. So I wanted to get that correction out of the way. Now we can go on to today's subject. There are two, as I said. Well, there's a preliminary, I guess, to today's subject, because I usually do that. I have one or two items and then on to the main subject, the one that's in the title. So the subordinate subject has to do with the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. Looks like somebody there screwed up. I'll go right to the headline. And their initials, DCCC, Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. The DCCC accidentally releases embarrassing internal discussions in a press blast. Democrats are not employing their best, or maybe they are, and this is all they've got. Either way, the DCCC's latest flub is uncovering the party in glory as we head into 2022. While sending out a press blast, i.e. Democrats giving the news media their talking points, because as we all know, most of the media, they're just an arm of the Democratic Party. So when the Democrats put out a press release, it's really just talking points. It's really just some text that the media is, and they do, just repeat almost verbatim. It just tells them what to talk about and how they are to talk about it. But I digress. While sending out a press blast, i.e. Democrats giving the news media their talking points, DCCC officials accidentally included their internal communications about messaging and how to handle a House race in California. It's embarrassing. Yeah, it should be. I'm going to read you from the press release. This is what the first part is a preface to the press release, and then, I'll just read it, what the heck. Race for the House. An internal email exchange revealed that the DCCC is discouraging highlighting President Trump in campaign materials for fear of stoking the former president's base. A press release, which was sent to reporters Thursday with the subject line, quote, 6-month review, lie, cheat, steal, unquote, and steal, well, you can see it there, it's spelled S-T-E-E-L. I don't know what the whole subject of the press release was supposed to be or was, but anyways, it appeared to accidentally include an internal back and forth between the committee and the campaign staffer over wording and strategy. In editing a draft release sent by a staffer for former Representative Harley Rhoda's campaign, a DCCC researcher pushed back on a line invoking Representative Michelle Steele's. Okay, so now I get it. Lie, cheat, steal, and the steal is supposed to be Michelle Steele. Okay, so calling her a liar and cheater. So that apparently was the purpose of the press release, to brand Michelle Steele the opponent of Henry Rhoda. The DCCC staffer asked, Quote, do we think highlighting her vote not to impeach Trump is helpful? In midterm with him out of the White House, not sure how much we want to keep highlighting him and give the Trump base a reason to turn out, unquote. Rhoda's campaign and the DCCC did not return requests for comment by deadline. So, well, I'll give you the rest of it, then my comment. Rhoda, or it could be Ruda, I haven't looked up the pronunciation, forgive me if I got it wrong, but Rhoda or Ruda, who lost by 2 points in a district President Biden carried by a similar margin, is mounting a rematch with Steele. Another DCCC research in the email chain pushed back on calling Steele the, quote, QAnon congresswoman, unquote, in the release, quote, because she hasn't personally expressed support for QAnon, unquote, and offered, quote, maybe another adjective like, quote, divisive, unquote, or, quote, do nothing, unquote. But according to the campaign staffer, Rhoda or Ruda, had requested that the campaign include the nickname. The nickname and the line about impeachment remained in the final draft reporters received Thursday afternoon. So you see what happened before this memo came out. These people at the DCCC were discussing the memo. Should we word it this way? Should we word it that way? Maybe it's not a good idea to bring up Steele's, the incumbent Congresswoman Republican Michelle Steele, not bring up her vote against impeaching Trump because it may help the Democratic base, but it could really fire up the Republican base. And remember that Steele won. She had won, and it's wise advice. But you don't want that going out into public, and you don't want other things like, well, maybe we should call the candidate this or that, because now you see the press release and you see her being called the QAnon congresswoman by the insistence of the Democratic candidate, Rhoda or Ruda. It just ruins the whole thing, because you could see it was planned and they were deciding what to call her, not because of, well, what most accurately describes her. It's just what, regardless of accuracy, what can we call her that's going to help us win? That's the gist of this internal discussion that accidentally got released. I am so happy to share it. I welcome the DCCC to release more of their internal deliberations, and I would caution the Republicans, be careful not to release your internal deliberations. And now on to the main subject for today. It's a video that you may already have seen. It has, as they say, gone viral. It's just a short TikTok video of a young black man and his daughter talking about critical race theory. Let's go right to the video. Watch. And now on to the main subject for today, which is a short video, a TikTok video that you may already have seen. It has, as they say, gone viral. It's a young black gentleman, Corey Yeshua, and his daughter talking about critical race theory. Let's go right to the video.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow, right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice and smart.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard, and she can become that.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT, period, point blank. Children do not see skin color, man. They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
We pray for people that are hurt.
As you can imagine, there is really nothing for me to add to what you just saw, except to say congratulations to Corey Yeshua for, number one, teaching his daughter the right thing, and number two, realizing that what he is teaching his daughter is the truth. We are not a systemic racist society. America is not. But there is one more video I want to show you. This will be the last one. Same gentleman, Corey Yeshua, he was interviewed on Fox News, Fox and Friends, if you could find it. I couldn't find it at the time. Actually, I could find it. I'll link to an article. What I wasn't able to do was to download the video so that you could see it. I wasn't able to find it in a downloadable form. It may be on YouTube by now, by the time you're seeing this, but I'm going to link to it. The video I am linking to is another interview, very similar, with Sky News. So let's go right to that video.
It doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow, right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice and smart.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard, and she can become that.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Wonderful stuff and a great message, but it does raise a few questions. So earlier today, I was able to catch up with Dad, Corey, and his 6-year-old daughter, Royalty, via Skype from California. And I started by congratulating them on the message and asking them if they'd been pleased by the response so far.
It's been beautiful. My daughter's been excited about it. I've been showing her the different articles and showing her that everybody's got their eyes on her right now for trying to change the world,
And Royalty, what's your feedback been? What have you enjoyed about the response to the video?
Good.
Good. What is it, Royalty, that you really wanted to say? What did you want to share with people in that video?
It really doesn't matter what skin color you are.
Yeah, exactly. I suppose some people focus on those things, though, don't they, a lot? And Corey, you're very critical of critical race theory. Of course, race issues have been so dominant and so divisive in the US over the past year. Do you fear that things are going to get worse before they get better?
I just see things as if parents aren't standing up and fighting back and, going to the school board meetings and meeting with the school boards and just speaking up for their kids, then things will get worse, But that's why I made the video I made, and I wanted people to wake up to what's really going on. And they're trying to brainwash our children.
Yeah, the message that you shared in this video is really the same message that Martin Luther King Jr. shared, of course, and the whole world appreciates the power and the sense of that message, and that is that we don't want people to be judged by the colour of the skin. We want them to be judged by the content of their character.
Amen. That's exactly what he said, and I believe that's exactly what he meant. And that was a big reason behind why I even did the video in the first place and why I come out against critical race theory, because I want young black children to know that no matter what you go through, no matter where you've been, you can overcome. I want young white children to know that you are not racist because of the color of your skin. And teaching that is in itself racist.
I agree with you about critical race theory and not trying to focus too much on these issues. But of course there is racism. You will have encountered racism at times, and your daughter Royalty is likely to as well. How do you confront that? How do you want her to confront racism when and if she finds it?
I believe by doing exactly what I was doing in that video, and that's teaching our children that color doesn't matter, race doesn't matter, the person matters. Whoever you are on the inside matters. If we all teach our children that, guess what? we'll have a less racist world. That doesn't mean that they won't run across people who are bigoted in some ways, but those, you have to teach your children, those are just ignorant people, and we're always going to have ignorant people in the world. You're never going to completely eradicate racism, but you can instill in your child morals, and you can show them how to treat people.
I just wonder whether royalty might want to tell us whether they discuss issues like this. They talk about things like skin colour at school or with their own friends.
No.
That's a pretty succinct answer there, Royalty. Well, that's cool. You just get on with schooling. So how else are you going to try and take this message to your fellow Americans, Corey and Royalty, in the days and weeks to come?
Any way we can, man, whether that be through social media, whether that be in our daily lives. I'm willing to speak to anybody if they're willing to listen. I've been hit up by a few different news stations and people that actually posted us on social media. And I just want to say thank you to everybody, man. Thank you. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all the love, all the messages, all the encouragement. And yeah, thank you. We love you guys.
I wonder if we can just finish off, though, by hearing from Royalty what she wants to be when she grows up.
An artist.
An artist. Well, I can't wait to see what you do in the future, Royalty. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for joining us, Corey. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. God bless.
That's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. As always, I really appreciate the time you spend with me. I would also appreciate, if it's not too much trouble, a thumbs up if you like this video. Share with anybody you think would also like the video. Got any comments? Comment section below the video where you can put questions, suggestions for future topics. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. You could visit my other channels, my hot dog recipe channel, my original music channel. I have a new song about to come out. You should see it very soon, and I know you won't want to miss it. And I guess that's it, except to say that did I say you could put questions and comments and suggest suggestions for future topics in the comments? I probably did. But most of all, I think I also said that I appreciate the time that you spent with me. See what happens when you get old? I guess the only thing left to say, I'm sure I didn't say this, is that I would love to see all of you again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.